traveled to the New York City Flower Market down on 28th Street in search of insider advice. We asked a floral designer with the perfect name, Iris Rosin.
Here's how to tell whether or not they're fresh. A strong stem, fresh green leaves, no browning on the leaves nor the flower petals. We'll look at the rose petal count. There's a lot of petals on here and these open up beautifully. I want to recut the stem on a 45-degree angle and place it in warm water just to condition it for a couple of minutes and then put it in room temperature water. That's the best way to keep them long lasting. Now, if you bought them to begin with not that fresh, nothing's going to help it.
Now, for more tips and a web-exclusive interview with Iris, log on to WCBSTV.com and go to the Valentine's Day section on the homepage.
You will learn from the best experts in the world.
Iris Rosin is here to show me a little bit about flower arrangement. I don't know the first thing about flowers. First of all, what are the basics? How do we get started here?
I tell everyone two things.
Right.
First, when you're choosing a flower, keeping in mind the color, texture, container, and room that you'll be displaying the flowers in. Well, second, you want to condition the flowers.
Okay.
So you want to cut the flower on a slant.
On a slant. Why a slant? I never understood that.
It enables the flower to drink the water and the food better so that you can then start designing any of these beautiful creations.
What kind of flowers do we have right here?
We have a variety. We have gerberas, we have orchids, hyacinths, ranunculus, lipstick roses.
Just take this and you just shove it right in?
First step.
Oh, I'm blowing it already. Okay, that's bad.
First step actually would be to take a wet oasis. It's now coming in colorful colors.
Very good.
And you place it in the small container and create your own design.
Nice, I like that. All right.
Soon you'll have the Mike Woods, show on flower design.
It can be sometimes small or inexpensive touches that really bring a room to life.
Today it's bringing the outside in, decorating with plants.
Jeff found his decor was lacking. Iris Rosin is a visual and floral designer who knew just what was needed.
The goal was to give a little bit of life and accents and just a touch of color, keeping it masculine, under $300. So we mix real with imitation.
She rearranged just a few pieces of furniture, but to great effect.
You elevate it just to the perfect height, so it also creates balance and proportion within the apartment.
When I hired Iris Services, for me it was just to have not to think too much about it.
But it's all about the right accents, the right accessories, and the right combinations. My motto is always simple and chic.
That's what my wife always says. She's so good. She must have been talking to her too.
I'm Iris Rosin. I'm a floral designer, primarily events, weddings, shows, anything like that, all customized. And I did the flowers for Nicole. I had given all the gifts to the models, these cute little bouquets with the black leather strap and the red to go with the black leather gloves. And I did a beautiful bouquet with orchids and roses for Nicole. Because of the Scandinavian top model, was a whole involvement. When I think of Capital, the flowers that automatically would come to my mind would be classy, but with an edge, kind of maybe like red roses with a black leather strap. Any flower would just complement this room because this room in its own is beautiful. Truly.
Thank you very much.
I'm here with Iris Rosin, who is a terrific floral designer and a flower therapy expert.
Well, floral therapy really is a stress-free way of learning how to work and play with flowers. I show you some easy-to-follow steps on creating these simple, sensational designs. The guests can either sit back and relax, or they can join in and create one of their own designs and take it home as a token. Usually, just to be sure, since a lot of times the flowers drink most of the water the first day, I'm going to fill this up about 3/4 to the top.
Okay.
And that is it. Now, how long did that take us?
That
2
was
seconds,
really
right?
fast. So thank you, Iris. This was so great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Before you run out and buy your loved one roses, we have some tips that could save you big bucks. Joining us now is floral designer Iris Rosin. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Let's start with tips on picking roses.
It's all about the quality that it starts off with, the variety of the flower, as well as the stem length, and then of course how you care for the rose.
It's amazing how many varieties of roses
There's
there are.
250 and growing.
You also have some examples of other options.
Some people don't actually like roses. They want other flowers. So we have beautiful tulips, which are the parrot tulips,
They are
pointed
gorgeous.
tulips.
Yeah.
And again, not everybody wants red. So you have variety, which is like a fire orange. You have the parrot pink.
How pretty is that? And the design is beautiful.
Oh,
I know you took care of that.
We have also the cymbidium orchid, which is gorgeous.
Oh. Now, how long will something like that last?
This is a very, very long-lasting flower. Cymbidium orchids can last up to about 2 weeks, and encased in a glass vase such as this Could be about even 3 weeks.
Really?
As long as the flower all the time has to have water, and also flower food would make it last even longer.
So what is the best option? So you get roses for Valentine's Day. You want them to last a little bit of time.
Keep them away from sunlight, direct heat, any drafts. Also, be sure that it has water. Recut the stem when you receive them. Make sure that the water is room temperature and always clean. And if you receive the flowers with leaves, make sure that there are no leaves inside the water. That'll keep the bacteria away.
Great information. Thank you so much, Iris Rosin, floral designer. Gorgeous.
Thank you.
Happy Valentine's Day to
you. To you too.